January 31st, 2017. I just want to talk on about, Trump. He's only been in office 2 weeks, okay? Anyway, my point is that I keep hearing in the media and Republicans and Democrats all acting as if um, Trump is a Republican, okay? And that's not necessarily true because he did what the only thing an independent candidate could do that would work, which is he beat one party in the primaries and he beat the other party in the general election. And that's really what's gone on. He is not the closest thing to, conservatism. He's not a model of conservatism. At the very least, he's in the same mold as Bill Clinton, who makes a deal. He doesn't worry too much about ideology. He's just willing to make a deal. Which is why I thought it was necessary for him to have a Republican Congress, because if he had a liberal Congress, he would probably end up cutting deals that liberals would have liked a lot more, because all they had to do was get it passed, and he would have been willing to sign most of the times. I'm sure he would have been more moderate than, Obama, let's say. But the fact is, he could have done, he would have went whichever way because of who is in charge of the House. He needs the House and the Senate to work. So, that being said, Republicans have no stomach for what he's doing, okay? Because there's a lot of chaos involved. He's doing it because he has to. I do believe that. But there's a lot of chaos involved when you break up what has been a normal way of doing jobs. Um, Republicans and Democrats both, they want their cushy job. They don't care enough about the job to actually to take a risk in doing that job. That's why none of this stuff about um, things along the lines of like Obamacare and things like that. That's why nobody's acting on these things, because both sides are terrified. They want cover. They want the other side, at least one or two from the other side, to give them cover so that they can say it's a bipartisan plan. Which is why for 2 years we fought over Obamacare, because Obama was able, he was always going to be able to pass whatever he wanted in the first year of being in office, okay? And he didn't. And the reason why he didn't is because he left the Congress to fend for itself. He gave them no direction, and then he left them to try, because they wanted coverage. Because, in the end, they just did a party line vote, and they got this half-baked idea through Congress instead of going for the one they could have gotten a year ago and had a year to look like they were doing something. Okay? Do not look at the Republicans as being able to control this man. Okay? He will not. He has. He knows that he has no constituency in the House and the Senate. Republicans will run for the hills at the first chance he looks like he's weak. The only people he can count on are the ones that have actually voted for him. As long as they're behind him, he's fine. If he loses that, then you're looking at basically another 2 years, like we saw with Obama after the midterms happened for him. People will want a check on his behavior to make sure he doesn't go too far, and they will give it to the Democrats. That's how this works. And usually for 2 years, there is a bit of a problem. Presidents tend to have problems the first 2 years. It's a learning curve. Now, normally presidents actually learn and they look at what's going on in the House and the Senate, adjust their plans, see what can get through Congress, and then move forward. That's not what happened with Obama, but I don't want to go into that right now. The fact is, in 2 years, Trump will be getting a report card from us, and he will either get a slap on the wrist as Obama did, or he will actually have a great 2 year, well, great last year, because this year's going to suck no matter what we do. But anyway, don't look at Republicans as being strong supporters of whatever he does, and they don't have a lot of control over what he wants because he got elected without their support. In fact, it was because they would not support him that they ran for the hills that got him elected. And as long as that continues to play out, he wins. So, don't trust the Republicans or the Democrats to do anything besides save their jobs. They don't care about getting paid. And I'd like to point out, where is the Congress? They were sworn in a month ago. Where are they? Why have they not done anything? There's no votes that have been done. He's got nothing on his desk. He's got executive orders that he's doing on day one, and yet somehow or another, the Senate and the House has had a month and still has not got a bill or a vote on those things. So pay attention to that. There's a problem there because they don't want to act. They want a job. They want to be reelected. That's their only job, and they don't care about fixing problems. They just want to get reelected. So pay attention to the fact that they may be whining and complaining just like Black Lives Matter or the Women's March and things like that. They might be just whining and complaining, but the fact is they're not doing anything. They're not going out and actually voting. They're not. Congress is not actually doing something. They're just pretending to do something so that we think they care, when in fact they just want their job. Thank you. Bye bye.